something dark and scary.
Adam Bridge was a 13-year-old boy who was scared of the dark. When he slept at night, he would leave his lamp on. The lamp sat on his bedside table along with a few of his action figures. The light always made him feel safe. Adam's father wanted his son to grow out of being scared of the dark, so he had to talk with Adam about growing up and being brave. He told his son, "There is nothing to be afraid of. The things you read about like monsters, werewolves are all fake. Even those creepypasta stories you listen to online. You're a kid. Don't let your imagination make you lose sight of what's real and what's not, son." After the talk with his dad, Adam decided that there is nothing to be afraid of. Monsters, ghosts, and wicked demons were just in stories and movies. None of it is real. One starry night, Adam made a decision to turn the lamp off. He hesitated, then did what he felt was right. The light went out, leaving the room in darkness. Adam had a hard time falling asleep, but soon he drifted off. The next day he felt good. He felt he conquered his fear of the dark. He told his dad and his stepmother about what he'd done. They were proud of Adam. His dad gave him a fist bump, then rubbed his head, messing up his hairstyle, congratulating him. Adam was happy. The next night he slept without any trouble. Months went by and the night was no longer a problem to him. He woke one night to the sound of movement in his bedroom. He tossed and turned, trying to cast it off as nothing. Adam then heard a thump sound and his bedroom door closed. Adam peeked out from under his bed sheets, coming out of his sleepy daze. A silhouette moved along the wall and faded into the shadows. Adam held his breath, trying to cancel out his sound so that he could hear if anything was in his room. Next thing that happened, something climbed up the side of his bed. Adam became wide-eyed and frightened. Whatever it was crawled over him. The bed moved as the thing made movement. Then, the awful sound of growling filled the room. It then hopped out of the bed, making it bounce. Adam had no idea what it could be. Adam then peeked out again, trying to avoid being caught by the stranger in his room. A pale human-like creature crawled around on his floor. It snarled and moved around like some sort of animal. Its eyes looked solid black. The hands were shaped like claws, the fingers long with sharp nails. It was also nude and nearly hairless. Adam wanted to call out to his dad, but he felt it would alarm the creature and it might attack him. Adam had a great urge in him to turn on his lamp. He remembered how the light made him feel safe. He even thought it might scare the horrible-looking being away, but also, he thought it would make it attack him. Adam was stuck. Again, the creature climbed up in his bed. It crawled on top of him and stayed still. Adam pretended like he was asleep. The weight of the creature wasn't too heavy, but it was a bit heavy on Adam. Adam opened up his right eye as his head lay pressed on his pillow. His eyes spotted his dresser mirror on the wall near his closet. In the reflection, he could see the creature staring right at him with its head facing down. Adam felt a chill run through his whole body. His eyes closed tight. He almost moved. A thought came in mind. Adam thought, if he forced himself to sleep, the night will end and morning will come fast. The creature made another horrible sound. It sounded like it was wheezing or panting. Adam was stiff and frozen with fear. Soon, the thin-framed, deformed creature leaped out of Adam's bed to the floor. His bedroom door opened, then closed. Adam felt a cool sense of relief spread throughout his entire body. He nearly peed himself. His eyes stayed closed for a long period of time. His thoughts ran wild. The images of that thing playing over and over again in his mind. He then thought, what if it goes into his dad's room? What if they don't pretend to be asleep when it entered? What might it do to them? Adam had to warn them. He needed to turn his lamp on first so that he felt some sort of armor from the light shining from the lamp. He kept his eyes closed and reached his right hand up. His fingers felt for the lamp switch. He couldn't feel it. He took a breath and told himself he's alone now. That thing left. He then opened his eyes. His heart raced. Tears immediately ran from his eyes. He wet his bed at the same time. The fear hit him like a sharp knife in the chest. The creature sat 4 feet away, facing him. Its mutant, disfigured, animal-like face moved a little while its dark marbled eyes never blinked. The lamp sat on the floor right by his large, sharp fingernails. The creature's long neck holding the head stiff and hard with the veins. The skin so white and ghostly, its features could mostly be seen well in darkness. Adam looked at his bedroom door, then back at the monster. As soon as he did, the creature was closer to his bed. Its face inches away from his own. Its mouth then opened with a crooked grin. Saliva dripped out of it, revealing sharp, uneven teeth. Its nose was nearly noticeable, but the eyes were the things that trapped Adam. He couldn't tell if it wanted to harm him or just stare at him. The creature stared, wheezing and growling. Adam could tell now that something bad was about to happen. Adam, with quick thinking, rolled out of the bed on his left side and crawled under the bed. He crawled all the way to the other side where the creature stood. But as soon as Adam got back up, the monster had jumped across the room thinking he was still under the bed. Adam ran to his door, then out the bedroom screaming for help. When he turned back, the creature was giving chase. It ran on all fours, bones popping and joints snapping. It growled and reached for him. Adam ran into the bathroom and locked the door. Soon, the long blade-like fingers of the creature shot through the wood as it stabbed into the door. Adam yelled in horror. The creature made a hole big enough so that it could see inside. Adam sat on the toilet holding a plunger as a weapon. The black eyes of the monster stared at him. It seemed to calm down. Then it moved away from the door. A police siren was heard, and soon enough there was a knock downstairs on the front door. Adam cried out for help. He called out his father's name, then cried as he crawled into a corner in the bathroom. 6 minutes later, the sound of his front door is heard being kicked. Adam heard a dog scratching on the door and saw 2 police officers through the holes in the door flashing their lights at him. Adam Bridge's father and stepmother was brutally murdered that night. They say their bodies were so badly slashed, they were hard to identify. The bodies were dismembered. Adam Bridge told investigators what he saw, but soon his story was just a story from a kid who might have just been too scared and lost control of what was real and what was not. The news stations put a story out that it was a person who snuck into the Bridge family's home and murdered Adam's father and stepmother. Police are still on the lookout for the killer. Adam saw what it looked like. He was face to face with the odd being. Adam Bridge moved in with his mother in Florida. When he sleeps at night, he leaves the lights on.